Grab your
neighbor.
balls. Sorry.
Oh. Okay.
We just were talking about naked bodies. Grab your breasts.
We can't wait. We can't wait. We can't wait.
On this episode of Art of the Short, Jori and Bethers are swept away to the land of Chekhov, where who needs clothes anyways? And Bethers teaches us an invaluable life lesson when it comes to the naked arts.
We'd like to remind you that all episodes of Art of the Short contain explicit content and a masterful amount of spoilers. If you'd like to read the story before entering, a free link is provided in the show notes.
Or if you don't give a whatsoever, just keep listening. Art of the Short is an interactive literary art installation. We overextend our opinions on short stories and make art of our interpretations.
Like Jori will draw dicks. Just whenever she can, not even to express an artistic perspective, just if there's an opportunity, a dick will be drawn. Stuff like that. Join in the conversation. Send us your artwork and we're going to add it to the gallery. To learn how, go to artoftheshort.com and follow the installation on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Art of the Short to see what others think of this short story through their art. Hi, Jori.
Hi, BDP, 1, 2, 3.
That's me. Can you believe?
Hello, baby Bethers beepers. We are here. We're doing it. Hiya.
How do you feel? Are you nervous?
I don't know.
Are you excited?
I'm a little nervous and I'm a little excited because this is our first episode of season 2.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. That's very exciting. Jori's just making a high eyebrows, frozen, excited face.
I was going to do an offensive accent and I realized that was inappropriate.
Pull it back. Pull it back from the edge. How do you find your art?
How does one find
one's art?
How does one find one's art this eve?
This one finds one's art. Dumb. It is well found. You too?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those where you set out to do something and it just really morphs into something completely different than you envision.
And you just have to follow the path and it's not really where you intended to go.
Yeah, I'm bringing that kind of vibe. I still am happy with it.
It's not about the outcome, right?
Yeah.
Just the confidence of like, yep, got it. Moving. Cooking. Grooving, you know?
Moving. Cooking. Grooving. And grooving. I don't think you could have expressed my soul any better today than you just did.
That's some life advice.
Moving, cooking, and grooving.
Moving, cooking, and grooving.
Amazing.
So as for me in my house, House of Peterson, first of her name.
Oh.
Breaker of chains. Holder of markers.
Everything you're saying is true.
Thank you for hyping me up. It just was picture perfect.
Oh, good.
The vision came to me.
Oh, I'm jealous.
I was like, let me read for vision.
Oh.
Ding, appeared in the brain. Guess what? This season, dear readers, I got all the tools.
Yeah.
Okay. The last season, I was just like gathering and like sometimes had a vision, couldn't execute, didn't have what I needed necessarily.
Which was also kind of awesome because
Which is fun. That's fun and scrappy to just be like, what are we going to get? That's a different energy.
Totally.
But in this case, I was able to be like, got it. Cooking, moving, grooving, put pen to paper. It's literally what I had in my mind's eye in the physical world. What could be better than that?
Nothing. And I say, let's move to the motherfucking cook and groove, dudes. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Can't wait to debut this piece.
This week's short story is by Russian writer, modern short story master, the progressive playwright of the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Anton Chekhov. Writing 17 plays and nearly 600 stories, Chekhov's work is steeped in satire where he often illuminates the fool and the sad nature of that fool's existence. By 1888, his work was super popular with the lowbrow public, love it, where he turned the, quote, short comic sketch of about 1,000 words, end quote, into an art form. And in an art of the short first. This young man seems too good to be true, like no skeletons in the closet. In fact, he was so generous with his wealth and success. He bought a huge-ass estate and organized relief efforts for people plagued by cholera and famine. And built a clinic there. And a fire station. And 3 schools, all to help the poor. Also, Chekhov's The Lady with the Dog is thought to be one of the best, if not the world's best, short story ever written. However, that is not what we're reading today, so we'll need to circle back on that one. All right, on with the show.
Romance with a Double Bass by Anton Chekhov. Hey, Jori, did you get a chance to read the piece?
Yeah, I happened upon the piece. Mademoiselle Peterson.
Mademoiselle.
You started the trend.
Dumb.
Like, fuck. Yeah, I got a chance to read the story.
Great! I'm so glad that we could meet here, having both read the piece. Okay, but have you read any Chekhov?
No, but I know him as a playwright.
Yeah. But as for this story, it's a silly romp.
It's a silly, fun, lighthearted romp.
It's a little comedy. It starts out with Bauzinski.
Yes.
He's scampering along on his way to the palace to perform for the prince.
He plays a double bass.
Very large, tall as a person.
Yes.
Bauzinski was on his way to Prince Bibilov's palace to perform for the prince and princess, and he got hot, ?
Yeah.
Cool water flowed.
He was hot, and so he took all of his clothes off.
He got naked.
And he hopped into the water. He swam. What did he happen upon?
His eyes fell upon a beautiful woman, her body in repose.
Having a little rest. I think she was fishing.
Of course, I love that about her.
Totally.
You know, Jori and I have been fishing together.
Have we?
Yeah, because then we caught a fish and we didn't know what to do with it.
I don't remember this.
I think you weren't there. It was me and
I think you weren't there. Thanks, though. I'm happy that you implant me in all of your memories.
It's fine. It was great. Until we caught a fish and then we fully panicked. So she didn't catch a fish.
Yes.
She had fallen asleep with her bobber in the water, and he was like, ooh la la, awooga, awooga. My eyes have never seen anything so beautiful. Oh, I should say that he is despondent. He's been left by his wife.
Yes.
It says he's lost faith in humanity.
And so when he sees her, he's like, she's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I'm going to leave her a little token to remember me by. He wraps up water lilies and wildflowers or something.
You know what? That's lovely.
Gorgeous. And he ties it to the end of her line.
Yep.
So when she rolls her fish in or whatever.
Rolls it?
What's the term? What's the term you roll the wire? You roll it. You roll it. I keep saying it, but it doesn't sound better. You reel it. You reel your line in.
Reel.
You really, really reel it in. Yeah. And so he was thinking that she was going to reel her line in and see these beautiful flowers.
That's not what happens. He goes back and he's like, okay, off to the palace for me. And dun dun dun, his clothes are snatched. And now he's naked.
Stark, naked, roaming the streets. He's like, holy shit, what am I going to do? I'm going to go to this bridge. I'm going to go hide under it.
He says, I don't want to offend public morality. He agonized.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but here's a couple of important things.
Oh.
They did leave his top hat and his double bass.
Yes.
So it's just important for you, reader, to get the visual of him naked from head to toe, but with a top hat on his head and his double bass on his back.
Yes. I feel actually like that's something you would see maybe at the country fair.
Oh, 100%. We probably have seen it.
I feel like it's very familiar.
Cut scene to Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
She tries to pull on her line. It's snagged. And she says, I know what I'll do. I'll
Get naked.
undress
I'll get
and
naked.
dive in and pull my line up.
2 naked people.
She's swimming for 15 full minutes. Okay, I just want to point that out. That's a long time to spend on
It's a
your line.
really long time.
And she comes back up. Guess what? Hooligans
Snatched them drawers.
She didn't even have a top hat. They left her a can of worms.
Rude.
So she ends up under the bridge where she happens upon our naked Bowzinski.
It's not really likely to see another naked person under a bridge.
That's not what you're thinking you're
You're
getting.
not expecting it.
Mm-mm.
So he's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like, please, let me take your eyes off of me.
I don't want to offend you with my naked body.
I have an idea. And so he takes his base out of his case and he's like, how about you just hop in the base case?
Base case.
I'll close it. You won't see me anymore.
I'll disappear.
Problem solved. And then she's like, sounds amazing. And so she hops into his base case. He closes it. They decide to wait for nightfall.
In the cloak of darkness.
Yes.
So they're trumping along, and then he thinks he sees in the distance some hooligans. He says, I'm going to get him. I'm going to get these clothes back so that we can both show up to the palace
Yeah.
with all of our pride.
Yes.
And he puts down the case, runs. What happens?
His bandmates come up and they're like, oh, that's our bandmate's base case. Let's take it to the party. They take the base case with the princess to this party.
And they're like, damn, this is heavy.
Yeah, they're like, why is this so heavy?
Yeah.
Never want to play bass. Cuts to the party.
And there's like 2 pompous men just having like a showdown, like, I could play this or I could play this.
Like, someone taught me how to play this amazing Rhapsody or something. And the other guy's like, fuck you. No, they didn't. And so then the dude's like, I'll show you.
Yeah.
They go to the base case, open it in horror.
There she is.
The narrator cuts again back to the bass player who's naked, walking the streets, looking for her.
And he thinks he got lost. Like, he doesn't even realize that they picked her up. Like, he's just like dejected and he's like, oh my God, she's suffocated to death. Like,
yeah.
I've murdered the princess.
Yes.
And so he like takes to the bridge again, mutters. And then it flashes forward to even today. Peasants who live in these parts still tell how you might see a naked man with a long hair and a top hat at night by the bridge. And sometimes you might even hear the wheeze of a double bass.
So they don't really tell you if she suffocated or not.
Yeah, we don't know what they found in the base case.
The end.
The end. I wanted to choose something a little off the beaten path for us.
Yes.
As I'm wont to do. And this was really something.
Yeah.
I never read any Chekhov.
Really?
It was like a big glaring hole in my repertoire.
I'm sorry for your loss.
It just never came up. It never was presented to me when I was studying the literature.
Interesting.
Actually, there is no occasion that I would have read a short story or a play.
Yeah. Because I come from a theater family. If I watch a movie and they're like, oh, we're performing Chekhov at
They're always saying that.
It's just like natural to map something that is related to that. Having said that, it's really funny because my sister who listens to this is a professional theater actor. So she's
might be
an
actor in the theater.
Jori has no idea what she's talking about. Which I don't, but I know that I know him as a playwright. He wrote, I think it's called like, I'm afraid to say it because I feel like
I'm really excited for you to say.
3 Sisters.
Ding, ding, ding. We got 1 point on the board.
The other one is named after a bird. I don't remember what it was, but I think it's a movie.
Ding, ding, ding. Half point. You're killing it.
The Crow.
You don't need to say anymore.
So that's not Chekhov.
That's right.
Just so we all are clear. The Crow is not based off Chekhov.
So you got the 3 Sisters. Ding, ding, ding. The Seagull.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Really close.
That's literally all I know.
Chekhov is known for being a Russian playwright and a short story writer.
Yes.
He actually was a physician by trade. So he was a doctor, which is pretty cool. And he has a good quote where he said, "Medicine is my lawful wife, and literature is my mistress.
Ooh, sexy. Oh my God, Jinx.
He was actually very generous of spirit, and he treated the poor for free.
Whoa.
In his medical clinic.
Alert. We have a guy who's not a piece of shit that's from
Yeah, as far as I can tell, nothing came up. Well, he died so young. He could have been
bad.
Terrible from ages 50 to 80, but he didn't get the opportunity. Another interesting thing that we can all learn today, dear listeners and readers, is that only Shakespeare outranks Chekhov in movie adaptations of their work.
Holy shit, really?
It's Shakespeare and Chekhov up there 1 and 2.
Wow.
Insane.
I was expecting something more, just because of the time period, more along the lines of a Kafka or a...
I thought it was going to be a thinker.
Yeah. Just a little more
depth.
Yeah. Talking about all these kind of more complex societal...
Yeah. I thought it was going to be more social commentary for sure.
Yeah. When I read it, I was like, really? So this is Chekhov.
Yeah, I felt the same.
This might be an isolated case, I feel like.
I enjoyed. I was kind of laughing the whole time. This is what we're doing, huh?
Yeah.
You're doing all this. Okay. I didn't expect him to address us directly.
Totally.
He addresses us directly right out the gate. He calls out plot points and names our expectations. And he's like, oh, you think this is what the protagonist is going to do, but alas, this is not what the protagonist is going to do. The story doesn't end here. I didn't even know that people were doing that. That's meta. That's breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was happening in the 1800s. I had no idea.
But isn't that part of his claim to fame?
Yeah, Jori. Yes. He is known as the creator of modern theater.
Yes.
I was shocked to my core.
Yeah.
But this is even more...
frivolous and lighthearted and
silly,
playful and silly, super silly.
I guess the only thing I would say is that, it is a little bit of a commentary on class because they are literally stripped of their social markings.
Yeah.
And they're both in the same situation, even though he's a lowly musician.
Yeah. Who
was going to be servicing the event, and she's the princess. So... he's making a little bit of commentary there, but that's still pretty lighthearted.
And then also I was thinking the idea that if you even flirt with anything inappropriate or salacious, taking your clothes off in public is
you know?
And when we were growing up, you could be a woman walking down the street topless.
People tested it and they could not get ticketed or anything.
I tested it. I used to skateboard with my top off, bitches. It was my protest to society.
Yeah.
The Pacific Northwest is known for their naked parades.
Mm-hmm.
It's real when we say it would not surprise me if I saw a man in a top hat naked under a bridge playing a double bass.
As I said.
That is literally something that might happen.
LOL.
Oh, and the other thing that it made me think of when I got to strip down naked in a public park in Seattle. And she was totally game. And I was so surprised.
Those photos were beautiful.
Yeah, it was in my major photography phase.
Beautiful photos.
But I'm happy we did it.
Yeah, I'm happy we did it.
Those are things that you'll never regret.
You gotta do that. Gotta get that body out there.
Yes.
Gotta get it on film.
Moral of the story. Get naked.
Get naked.
Especially in your prime. Get naked. You'll never regret it. Take lots of photos.
Do it anytime.
Lots of photos.
You're never going to be younger than you are today.
All right. I think that's a great place to cut.
Jori, I'd like to share my rating for Anton Chekhov's Romance with a Double Bass.
Sounds great.
Today, I'd like to share that I'm giving this story 3 out of 5 naked top hats.
I would also like to give it a 3 out of 5 naked top hats for sure.
3 out of 5.
It was silly. It was fun.
Easy reading.
Happy I read it. And also, I'm going to assume that his other pieces are probably a lot more complex than this one. So, maybe this is a good starter piece.
We'll never know. We'll never know.
Maybe we will know. We'll follow up with Chekhov. short art of the short. Oh, we're here.
Oh my God,
Art of the
art. Oh my God, we made
short.
art, Jori. Here we go. Oh my. We have some art with a capital A, dear listener. Wow, that's beautiful.
Aw.
You guys, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Okay, I'm looking at like a little video of a gorgeous curvy body with the base cutouts. What are they called?
The F-holes.
The F-holes. Kind of like drawn onto her body as if she is shaped like a double base.
Yes.
Got like hips, waist, legs crossed. Beautiful shape. So that's like on white with like pencil-y, charcoal-y drawing. And then it's floating amongst like a very pretty creamy tangerine background with these like flowers in the foreground and in the background.
Yes.
And it's really lovely and it's mesmerizing. And you could just like,
Thank you.
you can hear my tone of voice. It's very like
We got
soothing.
really peaceful.
It is very peaceful. You know, they say about like if there's an angry man, this is science.
Okay.
So this is going to sound like malarkey.
It's not what I thought you were going to say. They say when there's an angry man.
But it is science. If there's an angry man and you hold up a picture of a naked woman, he calms down.
Holy shit, really?
That's just science. You guys all save this to your phone, you know. And if you're in a situation where you need to calm someone, I probably should specify probably a straight man.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I think female bodies are really beautiful. It would calm me down. I think probably too. My brain did go to like, so if there was like a fight in the street,
Hold it up.
you would just like pull your shirt
Pop
up
your shirt
and everyone
up.
will calm the fuck down.
Yeah, that's right.
You like hit the nail on the head. Her body, I purposely made in the shape of a double base.
Gorge.
So it's supposed to look like that. And I was paying homage to Mr. Man Ray.
Yeah, the photography piece.
That classic
Oh,
photo
yeah.
of the woman and her back with the
Gorgeous.
F-holes. The initial image I got was very literal. And I was like, Jori, you need to like be a little bit more abstract.
A little more figurative.
Yes. And so it's the naked female form with the F-holes to portray the double bass portion of the story. And then like the little flowers,
there's the
water
water
lilies floating.
Oh my God, beautiful. Like you want to just pop your clothes off and hop in the creek. You know?
Dude, I always want to pop my clothes off and hop in the creek.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
So everything you said was exactly what it was supposed to be. So.
Beautiful. And I loved it.
Thank you. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Sorry.
It was like she was attacked. She's been attacked by my art.
I mean,
have you ever seen anything better in your whole life?
No, maybe not. That's what my face is looking like.
I know.
I love this.
It's so good. I know.
I love this.
I know. It's a treasure. It's truly a treasure.
It is a motherfucking treasure.
Put it on a magnet. Put it on the fridge. That's what I say.
Oh my God. I mean, you are the merch machine, I think. I'm so sorry. Let me explain what I'm seeing. It looks like ink on paper. On a tabletop surface type of thing. There is a very large top hat, like a very tall top hat. And then next to that top hat is a can of worms. And the little worms are squirming out the top of the can. And there's a little loose worm on top of the table.
Loose worm.
An escaped worm. But I have to tell you, it's so charming and cute. I don't know how you could...
It's very charming.
The words that just came out of my mouth don't do it justice.
Yeah, they
it's
don't
so
do it
cartoony. It's so
justice.
cute.
It's cartoony. It's bright.
Like how a can of worms and a top hat equals adorable.
Yeah, it's very cute. They look like they could almost have little faces and be like little characters. Like they should start singing.
Like little personalities.
Like dancing and performing.
Love. Love, love, love.
Love. Love. I just was like having
oh my
a
God,
laugh.
It's so cute. I feel like I'm being such a nerd. You just made me like the story more with your art.
Well, because that's the thing. Like, I was reading it for art, like reading it for no other purpose than like, where's the art? Where's the art?
Yeah.
And I was just like, these hooligans
Little fuckers.
left these people nothing but a top hat and a can of worms. And I said, throw them on a table. We got some art.
Amazing. If you do not normally log on to look at the art on our socials, like this is one you got to look at. It embodies the story so well.
Right.
Like it really does.
That's right.
It really, really does. It's
Mhm.
amazing. I love it. I love it. If you could distill everything down into a potent little drop of what the
Nugget.
story is,
Mhm.
that's exactly what Bethany made.
It's a little nugget. It's like a little peanut butter pretzel filled nugget, you know?
Are you snaggy?
Yeah.
And like
For
all of
sure.
your analogies are like, oh, it's like a crispy piece of bacon.
It's like an artichoke dip with
It's like a
delicious rosemary cracker. It's like so specific.
so specific. A pinch of salt.
Just a hint of Parmesan. On the next episode of Art of the Short, Little Shorties, we'll be reading Suddenly by J.B. Stone. As always, a free link to this short story is in our show notes just for you.
And we want to know what you think about this short story. So go to artoftheshort.com to learn how to send us your gorgeous artwork and follow the installation on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Art of the Short and be a part of the installation. We want to hear your thoughts, guys.
Joy, bye.
I love you. Bye. Can't wait for next time.
I love you.
Beeps.
Bye. 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 Bye.
Bye. Bye.
I want to see your top hat art.
I thought you were going to say, I want to see you topless.
Well,
Hey,
I'm open to it. I'm open to it.
I'm open to it too, really. Wait, that we probably can't post that. We mean that in like a beautiful, like supportive, like
art
and like body positivity. Like we're body positive, okay?
We're artists, okay?
We love the human form.
We're artists.
Oh my God, this sounds like we're really digging ourselves in a hole. Art of the motherfucking short.